Hey guys, Chris here. Berkshire Hathaway with the Roy Miller team. I'm sure you guys have some questions on how this quarantine in Michigan, specifically Kalamazoo area, how is this impacting the real estate market? And it's hard to say exactly. I don't know how many quarantines I've had in my life, but that's probably the number's probably about zero. And in your life, probably about zero as well. So the question is how is this impacting? So if we take a look at closed sales, unfortunately, that's not going to be a good number, primarily because the sales take about, I don't know, 45, 60 days to close. So if it takes 45 to 60 days in order to close, then the houses that are currently closing this month theoretically went under contract 2 months ago. So, but what we can measure are two things: one, foot traffic, and the second thing we can measure are pending sales. So I don't have the foot traffic number yet. That comes from our lock boxes. I can probably get that. It may be a few weeks before I can get an idea, but I'm trying to get an idea, wrap my mind around how the quarantine or this kind of lockdown is impacting current sales. And so I'm going to show that to you guys. Let me share my screen with you. In order to figure out what is happening currently in the real estate market, so everything that happens today is going to have an impact about 60 days from now. Okay, typically, as far as sales, transfer of deeds, those sort of things. So I think everyone's tracking there, right? So let's look at these numbers. 2019, okay? Here's where they are. Bam, as you can see. And as you can see, there's usually a kind of ramp up in closing. So these are deals that close. So theoretically, they went pending in March. I don't have the pending data for that, but here's where we are currently. So the 16th is when the quarantine happened. As you can see, the 15th, we actually had a little bump in sales, houses that went under contract, and then it's kind of steadily gone down. Now, granted, there's a weekend in here, and because there's a weekend, I'm not entirely sure if that's going to impact it or not. You can see here where we've had similar issues where houses have done the exact same thing, right? I mean, a lot of sales here and then not very many, a lot of sales here and not very many. And then if you look at what's happening here, here's the Versa data, and then here's the total. It's interesting. So we can definitely see it tick down. We can see the houses are moving down. But when we look at the total between what closed last year and this year, we technically for this month, we have more pendings than we have houses that have closed in June of last year. So in some regards, the month is doing better than what it did last year. And that's so far. Still a lot more to judge here. I still got a lot more to take a look at. And so if you guys have any questions in regards to the impact of this on the sellability of your house, as of right now, it looks like houses are still moving. I don't think I'd worry that much. But if you have any questions specifically about your specific neighborhood or your specific house, you can always reach out to me. I'll be more than happy to answer your questions. Thank you, guys.